Hello, and thank you for joining us for Inside Leisure World. My name is Bonnie Z. Cooper. Today I have two beautiful young ladies with me. I have Anna and Kuniko. Kuniko! I think I'm going to need your services a little bit later on. I'm excited that you both are here today.
Thank you.
So Anna, how is it you're with Sunshine Club? Tell me what's going on.
My Sunshine Club is going really well. We had this morning Carol Weller as a guest speaker. I just finished. And like I said, we started 2 years ago thinking you would help somehow this community by having people to get better communication. That was my vision at the time about it. This is going third year and things going well.
Tell me about some of the people that have come to your club.
We had this is a third year, so 2012 we had 33 guest speakers. Then 2013 I found out there's 27 guest speakers, and there's we invited from community and the administration supervisors to get more inside information and knowledge to help us our living. Then also we invite leaders of different organizations and what do they offer, and see if we are interested in to join them. And that's how we do. So, I mean, from the supervisor, like I said, Carol Weller, Mark Weaver, Terry Dillon, sometimes IT department to give us, they just started a new webmasters, and we want people to use that more. So Steve Perez, I mean, I can name it.
Goes on and on and
yes.
on. So tell me a little about your vision. When you first moved here many years ago, of course you were a baby at the time, and so now you're here, did you say 20 years or so?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. And you've seen so many changes. What made you want to start this club? What was your passion about?
How I started was after I served 5 years for Korean American Club, and I served the officers capacity. Then I realized, they are first immigrant generation, so of course they use our own native language. But living in this community and this country, I always believe you have to learn the bilingual, so have a better communication to understand other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I started, and I thought, if we use a newspaper as a text, then read the newspaper because it has everything we need to know, then understand what is in that article. That's how I started. But interestingly, after 2 years, we have more English-speaking people than Korean American.
How are we going to bring back the Korean American? Do you think you might have lost them a little bit in this area?
I really can't pinpoint why, but after I talk to people and they've been coming, then they slowly drop because they're not comfortable. They don't have a confidence to share this bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you have to, even if you make a mistake, they understand, because they are used to with the different ethnic background of people. So don't be afraid to make a mistake. But this will give you 2 hours your practice and mingle with the people and learn their culture. So I'm trying to bring them back.
And so you read the newspaper and you go through the different articles?
Yes.
And when you started, how many people were in your group?
We started less than 20, around 15, 20. Less than 20, but now, for example, this morning we had about over 40, 45, almost 50 people. So it's growing, and there's more people now realize Sunshine Club is there to help them. So I'm very gratified.
I was at one of your meetings last week, and I did notice that there were a lot of new people. And the people that were there were very excited because they were able to find out information. They didn't know where to go. They had just moved in here, perhaps they retired, or maybe they're still working, but they wanted to know what's available. So they felt very safe, and they were very excited to be there. So thank you for that. That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
And Bob McCauley was there. Oh boy, that was a big discussion, huh?
Yeah.
For Time Warner?
Yeah. Because at our meeting, I ask them time to time, who would you like to have? You can ask questions and get an answer, who you have an issue with. And that's when I find those guest speakers. And several people mentioned that we have an issue with the Time Warner, and can you ask somebody? So I contacted Bob. I said, Bob, this is not a guest speaker. You are going to give a presentation, but you are going to face the more complaints than. So
well, we'll move on from there.
yes,
Okay.
so he did.
But he was a good guest
yes,
speaker. You've
yeah.
had some amazing guest speakers. Are you involved in the Multicultural Club too?
Yes, I do. I've been in officer. This is the 7th year I'm going, and I served as a treasurer, taking care of their finances. And this year, I'm being elected as a secretary, so different capacity, but I'm still remaining in there because I look at the Sunshine Club and MCC has a very similarity. And, you know, our Sunshine Club, a multicultural club almost, we have all different background that people come in, and multicultural council is the same.
What day is your club?
Our Sunshine Club meets on every Friday morning at Clubhouse 3. We're trying to get a bigger room because our attendance getting larger. So we have sometimes we have a room 2 and sometimes we have a room 8. But it's in the newspaper always, the meeting announcement article.
And do you have any special activities planned? We're now in the month of January, and it's beautiful and sunny outside today. We're so lucky to be by the ocean. So what do you have planned for us, activity-wise?
In the past year, we had a summertime. We have a picnic at our picnic area with some couple entertainments, with the barbecue and people chipping in. Then December we have a holiday party. About 50 people, you know, more than 50 they attended. Then our unique event was last year. After we spent the 2 hours, you know, with trying to find out what is Leisure World and what's happening, but we want to get personally bonded. So it was brought up to many people say, let's go and have a lunch. So about 15 of us went out and lunch and get to know more. You know, we would do it in a class. So that's what we're looking forward to that in maybe once in a couple of months. It's coming up in spring. Then we have a picnic and holiday parties coming up.
Well, it's very important for us all to reach out to everyone at Leisure World. Please don't feel uncomfortable. Just come and say hi to Anna. If you see me, say hello and say, what's up, what's doing? And certainly Anna knows exactly what's going on. Can you tell us any secrets, Anna?
Not much. I'm just keeping myself busy, and probably that's the best thing you can do after retire, rather than just like I served the 5 years in Korean American Club, and I was about to just take a break and just do whatever I wanted to, but my partner at that time, the vice president of my organization, suggested you need to keep giving a service because you need to share what you have or what you know, and if you don't find the answer, you always find someone to get an answer. So he encouraged me to get into the Sunshine Club, in which I'm so glad.
I'm so glad too that you're there.
Yes.
Because so many people will come over to me when I'm out and about and say, do you know Anna? She's so special. And I go, yes, I do, and I'm so proud. So that's great. And so now you're branching off into a couple of different areas.
Yes.
And you brought a young lady.
Yes.
I'll let you introduce her.
I'd like to introduce Kuniko Okamoto, who I met last August, and right up from the beginning, and we just got clicked. And we have a same goal to make this community better. And she expressed she would like to spend her time to give her talent to this community. And we've been working, and finally we got a class, but she's gonna tell everyone later. But I'd like to know, you growing up in Maui,
Yes.
And I'm sure you, for your first language was Japanese,
Yes.
and then yet you have this marvelous career, and you have a specialty to give. So I would like to know what made you decide to take this special education.
I'm into speech and language pathology, and I've always worked with stroke patients and veterans with all kinds of problems with voice.
I'm signing up for your class because I always mess your name up.
Oh, you may, but you don't need it, actually. You just don't have to say M
Right, it's
for
N.
N. It's Kuniko.
That's great.
And
Then, like I said, you know, I am so grateful she decided to, you know, when people retire and come to this retirement community, you know, most people, they want to just relax and take some travel and take easy. But Kuniko, right away, I can start the class. I said, what is it? And she goes, there's just so many people using a different pronunciation. So could you tell us about that?
oh yes, in Leisure World we have many people from all over the world, and you know, some of them I can understand their dialect. However, I can't understand most of them. So I thought I could use my services to help them. And so I started a class 3 weeks ago.
January 14th.
Yes, and the first class I concentrated on a and our and ers. And I continued on to the second class, and I was amazed. When the third lesson came, the third day came, many of them had, they were able to say their ours and ers and as quite well. So I told them they're geniuses, and they sound like Americans. And so right now I'm trying to have them make sentences with different vocabulary words, because with the sounds of a, our, and ers, they're the most difficult ones for the foreign language speakers. So I decided, and I'm going into using them into sentences, the words into sentences, and then also grammar enters it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to know, you said that when you grew up, you used the language, we call that Pidgin.
Yes, oh
Could
yes.
you tell us?
Yes, please tell us, and
Yeah.
I'll sit here, not laugh
Yes,
too much.
sure. You know, my first language, as you know, was Japanese, but then I gradually learned to speak Pidgin, because with all the different, cultures there and from different countries, we had to incorporate it. Well, I didn't do it, but I think it was brought down to us that Pidgin is the way to go, so everyone can understand what we're talking about. But then, like go, stay, go, as I got older, I realized, why am I saying go, stay, go for continue walking instead of saying go, stay, go, you know? That's strange. And then I decided that Pidgin English, people should speak good American English, and that's how I decided that. And then I wanted to combine it with medical aspects of it in speech and language therapy.
Now, are you planning, ladies, are you planning to have another group as well, an additional group?
That's
Maybe for the people that have had strokes and
that's
so forth.
included. Her class is included the after stroke patients,
Mhm.
and she's working on
I
that.
can include it into the lesson as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's a 2-hour lesson?
Hour and a half.
Oh, an hour and a half.
Mhm.
And
It
what-
gets too long.
Right,
Otherwise, I'm
oh,
very
absolutely.
tiring. Mhm.
And is it once a month, once a week?
Once a week.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Every week.
And we have to look at the Golden Ray newspaper
Yeah.
Yes.
to
Yeah.
find out exactly
Yeah.
when it is. I'd like to know a little history about where you grew up.
Oh yes, Maui is a wonderful place to grow up. Well, it's quite crowded now, but when we were growing up, and we could do anything on the streets, play, marbles and
Did you have a big
can-
house? What was your house like?
Oh,
Big
it
family?
accommodated 8 children and 2 parents, of course. And my father was a physician's assistant, and my mother was a Japanese school teacher. She graduated from Hiroshima Girls College. And being a plantation, my father was with the plantation hospital, Pune Hospital. It's gone now. So the plantation built the house on the Kahului Railroad lot for us. And it was a huge lot, huge yard. And they even placed a jungle gym for us children. And my father was interested in gardening also, so he planted all kinds of mangoes and coconut trees and avocados and all.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Makes me hungry. So, and your mom, you said she was a teacher, did you say?
Japanese school teacher.
And with 8 children, was she a stay-at-home mom at the very beginning?
Yeah, well, no. She was working, and then she started to stay home.
With 8 children?
With 8 children. It was wonderful to have a mother home.
Oh, absolutely. Anna, what was it like growing up?
I didn't think of that much because it was just natural. I grew up in Seoul, Korea, up until 34 years old. I decided to immigrate for the better, another opportunity. So, I didn't speak English, but I made up my mind I'm going to go their community and study maybe 2 words and 3 words, and I'll pick it up. Because my parents believed in education, and you have to try that. So you do your best, and something good will happen.
Did you have children at the time?
I had 2 kids. They were 8 and 12 years old. But, they did a wonderful job by just adapting a culture and adapting what they need to do to get a higher education. So I couldn't ask any better. And this country been just wonderful for me. So I just decided I'm going to learn the language. And I had no problem to adapting a culture. And I loved this culture because it seems like a fair. And always they are very kind and give opportunity to people who didn't have. So, and I had a good the last 32 years here and worked for the bank. And after retire, I moved in leisure world.
We don't use that word. Retire.
Retire, yeah. And I said, okay, I'm gonna just enjoy my retirement, but it didn't happen. And this Korean American community, they brought me their organization. And after I served, I said, not bad. It gives a satisfaction after you give a service. And that led another club. So that's how my Sunshine Club started, and I couldn't be happier.
And I don't think the word retirement is in your vocabulary.
Now I want to keep on going.
And that's what's making you look so young and feel so young.
Thank you.
Because you're giving back to the community. Otherwise, maybe you'd be cooking. I don't know.
I've done 55 years of cooking, and I'm tired of it.
Oh, that's so great. I'm really excited that both of you are here. And please make sure to give me the phone number and the email where someone can reach you.
Sure. If anyone would like to attend the Sunshine Club and just get a feel of it, every Friday morning in Clubhouse 3 at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. It seems 2 hours long, but if you come in and socialize and learn something, the 2 hours goes so fast, and people just, after our meeting ends, they would not leave. They just stand there and talking, sharing what they know, and getting information they need. So Clubhouse 3 and room 2 or room 8, there's always sign. Then my phone number is 562 area code 598-6796, and my email is AnnaDolbyLW@gmail.com.
One more time with the email?
AnnaDolbyLW@gmail.com. But always if you keep an eye on newspaper, our meeting announcement with who's coming, or even if some guest speakers not there, we have plenty things to talk about upcoming or current affair, current events, what is happening in the leisure world. So I feel like it's the best club to get information in leisure world.
Also, I'd like to remind everyone, you can send Anna a note if you like this broadcast and let us know what you would like us to do in the future. Anna has a couple of friends on different clubs that she might be able to speak to about joining us. I want to thank you both, but we have another topic after this. Thank you so much for joining us, and you're doing an amazing job. And Anna and I are also on we're actually on another committee. And the next committee that we're on, Anna, I'll let you share that. The Centenarian. Told you I'm going to be joining. Centenarian Committee. Actually, I'll start with it. It's for the residents of Leisure World that are 100 plus. And Anna and I are working together with Dr. Betty Coven and
Janice Lane, Pat Wilson, and Carl Bohaney, and Irene Sistaro. I think about there's 8 or 9 committees, and they're working really hard because here's we're dealing with more than 100 years old seniors, I should say, super senior. We don't want to have a meeting in every month, so we meet every other month, every other week, and getting this our April 10th, which is 100 days of 2014, we're having a luncheon for honoring them. And also your community people, you can join that. And I'm sure there's more information is out there in the newspaper.
I've been very fortunate to go out and meet with a lot of the people. Actually, it's 4 people right now. I think there will probably be 10 people, possibly maybe 16. We're not sure yet. And one of the things that I find common with everyone is that they're very happy, of course, to be here. They eat well. Many of them are from the Midwest. And Anna, what have you found?
I found we like to find out what have they been doing right to live this long life, whether they're still active. So by finding out that, and we learn from what they have done. So that's what we're trying to do. And also we have 39 over 100 years or older.
39.
Yeah, and all of them is not able to come in our luncheon, but that's according to the Dr. Coven, it's a very high rate compared to the nation rate. So this is very encouraging.
I've really enjoyed being out there with some of these folks. One man rides his bicycle. Another one likes to tell jokes. Another lady has the most beautiful smile. And so many of you know Kate Pedigo. And she's just involved in so many marvelous projects. There's something in Eagle Rock, California that she's working on right now. And there's a possibility it'll show up on television. Not us, but on the major stations. So it's pretty exciting. Oh, and one gentleman hit a hole in one. He's 101 years old. And I think he's looking for a girl. So you ladies out there, you're looking for a nice man, we might be able to introduce you. So ladies, anything else before we say goodbye?
I am grateful. I met Kuniko about 6 months ago, and she showed interest right away. And I like to start the class, and I couldn't get a room at that time. And originally, she offered she could do twice a week because to correct this pronunciation, you got a lot of practice. You need to practice, and also she doesn't want to have a big class because she needs to give each attention, focus. So it's almost like a private tutoring. And anyone would like to join this class, and please call me or send me an email. And we still have about a couple seats available because she doesn't want to have more than 20 students. and that's where we are. And we're going we're going in second month in February since we started.
So you're planning to go through the whole year with this program?
Yes.
If I'm available.
I know you're a busy lady. You're also traveling a lot too, I'm sure. This is what happens when we take that word retirement out of our vocabulary, because we all have so much to give back, and to show the younger people what it is to be so alert and so wild in your formative years, your second generation of your formative years. So this has been really great, ladies. And I would also like to promote our video club a little bit as well, since we're doing a lot of work with that, and we have a couple of moments here. The last Thursday, the fourth Thursday of every month, we have a meeting at the video club. It's in Clubhouse 5. It's downstairs. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'd love everyone to join us. Anyone that is interested in learning how to video, to be on TV, if you feel you have something to offer, come and join us. If you'd like your different clubs videoed, perhaps somebody from your club would like to learn how to do that, because we are all volunteers. So we'd love to have more and more people. And Anna, one more time, do you have anything special?
Sure. You know, I attend the Kuniko's class, and at the first class, I remember we all didn't do good pronunciation, and she told us, after class, see me. See me. So we all kind of afraid. Okay, we have to stay in after class. We have to get us some special tutoring. But you know, it was a joke.
It brings back the memories.
Yeah, I was joking.
Yes, you brought
you
the
stay
memory.
after class.
But you know, that's wonderful, because for some of us school was good, some of us school wasn't good. But just to bring this back and to know you've got a place to go in the morning on whatever day these different clubs are having their functions.
Yeah, she let us have each one pronounce, then she correct each one. So that's why she wants to have only limited student, so she can give each special attention to be able to get better, and which is I just totally admire her, because it's not easy. Because we just learning as an adult age, we learning a different language is not easy.
Now, do they follow a book as well?
Oh yes, I give out duplicated sheets.
Duplicated sheets?
For lessons.
Okay.
But you know, the amazing thing is that when we have homework, they're so eager to learn.
Oh,
you know.
good. Well, ladies, one more time, thank you so much for joining us. We've got a couple of more seconds. Any last-minute notes to anyone?
I like to say the Sunshine Club has a whole February guest speakers all lined up, and the middle of March, 2 weeks already lined up. So please keep an eye on newspaper, see if guest speaker interests you. Then don't be afraid to come in, because you know, anyone is welcome to come.
Thank you. This is Bonnie Z. Cooper signing off. Bye.